Are you ready? Well, on the street fighter please. Prepare for battle. Well, I got the Welcome to the world of the street fighter. Now, prepare a new battle. Welcome to the world of the street fighter. Yeah, well, prepare for battle. Well, I got the picture. Fighters ready. Engage. Prepare for battle. Yeah, I've been waiting for this. Well, welcome. Fighters ready. Engage.
Megastar! Megastar!
Now, find a new rival. Welcome to the world of the street fighter. Yeah, I've been waiting for this. Prepare for battle. Yeah, I've been waiting for this. Prepare to strike. Now. Now, find a new rival. Welcome to the world of Street Fighter 3. I've been waiting for this. Prepare for battle. Well, I got the picture.
Channel Toro Hero Scribble Big Eyes Fuss. Yeah.